People, deluded, I'm back again. Now, the day has finally come. There's been a lot of ooming and ahhing. We've had to wait a bit. It's finally sunk in the last 48 hours. Arsenal versus Chelsea, all English Europa League final, European final. How many times have I got to say it? The biggest carrot is to win a trophy, let alone in Europe, let alone to get Champions League from that. We're playing Chelsea. Any game between the two should be treated like a cup final. Neither side wants to lose. We're playing Chelsea in a final with a European trophy on the line, so you can tell how important this game is. Boys, we have to do it. We have to do it. Today, I feel good, man. I'm not going to make no predictions about the scoreline and all of these sort of things. I don't want to jinx nothing, but all I can say on the eve of the game, or it being morning and us playing at 8 p.m. English time, we need to go down like soldiers in the trenches. We need to go down committed. We need to go down fighting. Everybody needs to do their job to their best of ability and better. And if they do that, the man next to them will do the same. They've got to go into the day not wanting to be the one who lets the team down. Some of these players might not even be here next season. No clue if they'll start, but if you look at Ozil based on rumours, I know Mkhitaryan's not involved, but he's helped get us to this point. Mustafi might not be here next season. Czech is calling it a day. Monreal's contract is up in 2020, so we'll have to decide what he wants to do, similar to Koscielny, who's been linked with moves away. It might be Koscielny's last chance of lifting a major title in his career. His last, obviously missed out on the World Cup. It might be his last chance of winning something at Arsenal if he doesn't stay. So he's got enough carrot, man. Some of these players are not going to be here next season. Some of these players want to establish themselves and build on to bigger and better things. A lot of these players that are going to be here next season have spoken about how much they like Gooner, how they're willing to do this for him and that for him. Games like this are where you have to be shown. It's a Europa League final. Gooner can give you the tactics and he will, but all of that's out the window. It's down to the players. It's who wants it more. Like I said, go down, fighting, soldiers in the trenches. I'm only prepared to lose today to find margins. The only way I'll accept losing, and it's how much can you accept losing, if it's a thing where Hazard just does some mad individual brilliance, he beats 10 players and he shows some madness. If them sort of players do that, then what can you say in it? I want us to lock down Hazard, but if he manages to unpick us and does the quality player stuff he does, then what can you say? I don't want it to be not switching on, not following runners at far posts, not switching on from corners, the line playing people on side. I don't want us to concede any cheap goals, because it is going to be a game for fine margins. There's so many reasons to want to win this. Unai Emery, first trophy as an Arsenal gaffer. You know him and the Europa League is a love affair, man. His wife's probably jealous. Two biggest carrots. Back into the Champions League, a European trophy. If you're in your 20s, you haven't seen Arsenal win a trophy like myself in Europe. So you want us to go and do this thing. It was Lacazette's birthday yesterday, so he wants to go and do this thing. He wants to win a European trophy. I know Deschamps ain't going to rate him, but if he's winning trophies and he's scoring goals, what more can Deschamps do to deny him? Obviously, Aubameyang's of the age as well, where trophies are not going to come thick or fast, so he needs to seize his opportunity when it comes to. We need Aubameyang and Lacazette to make the difference for us. I think they're both going to have good games. If you look at our last 8 European goals, it's been scored by either one of the two. I think Aubameyang's got 4. I'm not sure how many Lacazette's chipped in, but they've done their thing to get us here, especially against Valencia over the 2 legs. They did what they needed to do. Our strikers will make the difference. I believe in our strikers. I believe in our manager and his tactics. I believe in the squad, man. It's just down to being committed. It's down to handling pressure. If you saw Czech's earlier comments yesterday about dealing with pressure and things, you've got to want to prove him wrong to a degree, to be fair. We've got enough reasons to want to win this. It's a European trophy, the carrot of Champions League. Even though that's the biggest carrot for me, I want to stop harping on about that, because it's a trophy against our rivals. It's a European trophy against our rivals. The carrot to returning to Europe's elite club football, pinnacle of club football, is the extra carrot, of course. We do it for Mkhitaryan. Most importantly, do it for the fans. Do it for the fans that either financial difficulties didn't allow them to get there. We all know how much trouble it's been getting over to Azerbaijan, to Baku. So the fans that couldn't make it, for the fans that managed to make it, to be fair, do it for them. Just do it for the Arsenal fans, Carl. We've been through a lot this season. We've got more to lose than Chelsea. When you're hearing that Chelsea, there's injury concerns over Kante still persisting, you're hearing, again, I wasn't there, so how can you be how true can it be? But you're hearing Surrey's having walking out of training and stuff after Luiz and Higuain are having an altercation. if you're a Chelsea fan, you don't want to hear that before the game. On top of the injury stuff, you don't want to hear none of that. From an Arsenal fan or an Arsenal player's point of view, that should give you confidence. That should tell you there's fractions. Sorry, we never know why. We won't know why he walked out if he did walk out. But he's someone linked with a move away. Is his relationship with the players done? Again, Chelsea are going to be up for this just as much as we are. They're playing Arsenal. For Surrey, a European trophy, like I've previously said, and top 4 via the legit means of qualifying through that. If he walks away from Chelsea, no one can say he's had a bad season. Some of these players, you look at Luiz, he's 32 or so. Similar to Koscielny and that, the older you get, the less likely it is you're going to win trophies. Luiz obviously wants to win the Champions League and them thing there. But it's a European trophy at the end of the day, man. Like, we just need to be soldiers in the thing, man. Lastly, before I keep it moving, people, is that I do thinking about it now, Leno and Cech, I would play Leno. I do think Cech is going to get the nod, even though Unai Emery's been playing coy. I personally wouldn't start Mustafi because I told you that I'll go 3 at the back, and my 3 defenders would be Koscielny, Sokratis and Monreal. But I think Mustafi might start today. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think he might start. The big one is probably Mesut Ozil. I don't think Mesut Ozil is going to start. I can see why he would start and things. I just don't feel he's going to start, to be fair. But whether you're Monreal, Koscielny, Cech, Ozil, Mustafi, whatever capacity of the game you play, just give it your all, because it could be the last game that all of them 5 players I've just said, for example, based on rumours, contract length and all of these sort of things, and obviously Czech's the one certainty, he's calling it a day, of winning a trophy, man. Come on, boys, like, it's a European trophy. Pardon me. It's the chance to give the fans something to walk away with, man. But I've said enough, people, and there's not much more to be said on that front, so I'm going to get out of here. People, come on, Arsenal, man. Let's do this thing. Let's return to the Champions League, and hopefully Liverpool do their job on Saturday. People, DG, I'm out.